Colby with the accessories. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. Like I told you guys backstage, these are all questions curated from Twitter, and then of course the media will also ask their questions. But before we get into questions for each of you as individuals, I would love to hear your thoughts. This one is from This Is Sanjeev. He actually brought up a great point. The last time we had 3 title fights on a card was UFC 217, and all 3 belts changed hands. Do you guys feel like that could be some good luck for you as you head into another card with 3 titles on the line?
Yeah, I'll go first. We all do our part and we can get it done. Like I know I'm very confident I can get the job done. I'm sure they're confident they can get the job done. Let's see if we can do that again.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Alexander, since you started, I'm going to ask you a question here. Justin, with all the numbers, 727-52542. said, what do you have that none of Max's other opponents had when they faced him?
Yeah, honestly, I believe this game's evolving, and I've evolved with it. I believe that I know a lot of people are going to say, obviously, Frankie's got the wrestling and all that sort of stuff, which he does, but I've got that power, and I really know how to put it all together. And a lot of people are going to say that I'm going to have problems with the range and stuff like that, and believe me, when it comes to range, I'm very comfortable there. I've got a lot of good training partners, got me ready for this. But again, there's going to be people doubting me, but we're early days away where, I can prove them wrong, and all my supporters, I can prove them right.
And you have another teammate on this card as well, right? Kai Kara-France?
Yeah, Kai Kara-France. So yeah, we're both done camp together, both absolutely killed camp, both in really good nick, and we're both ready to get them wins.
Excellent. All right, Germaine, the next question is for you. It's from Juniad De Niro, and I have to apologize. I'm probably butchering every single person's name or a screen name. I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. Okay, so they want to know, what have you done differently this time around with this rematch against Amanda?
Well, first of all, 6 years is a very, very long time, and I've said it before in interviews. I'm very thankful to Amanda. She gave me the best lesson ever. She made me wake up, and I can say I'm a mixed martial artist now. I'm not just a kickboxer. So the difference will be I'm a mixed martial artist and not a kickboxer.
What do you feel like you changed the most in terms of your training after that fight? Did you start grappling a lot more? I mean, what was different?
Well, I started to embrace MMA more, the wrestling, and got more respect for the wrestling and the ground game. I'm like, you cannot overlook that. And I was solely focusing on kickboxing in the first, and now I'm all-rounded. I brought a wrestling coach out from the United States to come help me in my camp. And I have great coaches, great team behind me, and I can say one thing, I'm ready for Saturday.
We're certainly excited for that rematch. Colby, I see you're reading your book here. I'm sorry if we're boring you.
Just trying to enlighten myself.
I see. All right. This one is from Bobby Esau. He wanted to know, if you weren't a fighter, what would your career be?
Ooh, man, that's a really tough question. And I've thought really, really hard about that question. And yeah, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh my God. All right, and what about your answer for that one?
The only thing worse than being on the Clintons' hit list is being on my hit list, and Marty Fake Newsman is going to experience that on Saturday night.
Oh, Colby, you're making my job really fun tonight. Do you not have an answer for our fan question? I was expecting you to say something provocative about what your career would be, but...
Yeah, Epstein didn't kill himself. I know the fans out here, my haters are dumb, but they're not deaf.
Oh, God bless you. All right. This one is for all of you guys. This is from Fifth Round Lawler 2. Great username. Who do you guys believe is the MMA GOAT? Who do you think is the greatest MMA fighter of all time, excluding yourselves, obviously?
I don't believe there is a GOAT. I honestly don't believe that. Everybody's beatable, and it's been proven over and over again. There's been a time that a champion has a long reign, but everybody is beatable. Everybody has 2 hands, 2 feet. Everybody can be defeated.
Are there fighters out there, Germaine, that you enjoy watching, or fighters you feel like you've been able to pick things up from as they've made their journey in MMA and the UFC?
I think every fighter, is amazing. It takes a lot of balls to walk out of that tunnel and, step in that octagon. It's pretty scary at times, I have to tell you.
Alexander, what about you?
Yeah, look. I understand what she's saying, but I still think that there's guys that fighters that have done a lot. GSP, as one of you said, obviously a legend of the sport. I'm a big fan of Demetrius Johnson. I think seeing what he done. So, it's just I would, there's probably obviously Anderson Silva. I know these fighters probably end up losing later in their careers and stuff like that, but when they were going, even Aldo and things like that, in their prime while they were, absolutely killing it, I've got to give them so much credit. So I'll probably throw them 3 names out there.
You mentioned Jose Aldo, who you have faced and beaten. What do you think about his fight this weekend?
Man, going down in weight, I thought he cuts a fair bit going to featherweight. So this is I seen a photo, what was it, 5-6 weeks ago, and it didn't look good. So I hope he's healthy going in there. I really do. Humble bloke, good, legend of the sport. I hope he's all right. But if he's healthy, I think he wins. But let's just see if he's healthy.
I saw him this morning. He was in great spirits. He was over at the host hotel. He seemed like happy Jose. So we'll see what the next 48 hours obviously hold for him. Those are the most difficult. Colby, do you have an MMA go? Are you just too busy reading? I know that you're very close with Matt Hughes. Maybe he's your guy. I mean,
Everybody knows I'm the greatest of all time. GSP's a bum. He's in Canada eating poutine. I'm in America eating poutang.
and here we are.
I'm glad he answered the question that time, so that's good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, let's see some more questions from fans. Oh, I like this one, actually. This is from Infame Slayer. Have you guys ever fanboyed or fangirled over meeting another fighter or another athlete?
Hell yeah. Justin Gaethje, seriously, I'm a huge fan of Justin Gaethje. So when I saw him, like, dude, can I please take a picture with you? Yeah, absolutely. And there are so many other fighters. I mean, I respect all the fighters. So if I see a great legend, Anderson Silva, I saw him. I was on the same car with him, and I'm like, well, I was starstruck. And I'm like, wow, Anderson Silva. There's so many, but yeah, Anderson Silva and Justin Gaethje.
Germaine, you are the nicest. Alex, what about you?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the sport. I really am. So even guys like Chad Mendes and Aldo, even when I fought him, I was honestly like fanboying and pretty much. I'm like, oh, far out. Look who it is. You know what I mean? The same with Max Holloway. I remember after the fight, after Chad Mendes' fight, I end up because we're into the same sort of thing. So on his Instagram, I end up writing something to him, and then he wrote back. And I'm like, oh, Chad Mendes wrote back to me. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm still a fan of the sport. You know what I mean? So I fanboyed Chad Mendes after our fight. So.
I love that. You guys gonna go on a hunt together or something?
Oh yeah, maybe. I just didn't want to say that out loud, Hunter.
No, sorry, I ruined it for you. Colby, I can't imagine that you fanboyed over meeting anyone. But what about when you met? I know you want to talk about it. The first family.
Megan, I love you, but do I look like a mark? I'm not a mark, but I do love the greatest president of all time, Donald Trump. What he's doing for America, he puts America first. Can't thank the first family enough for what they do for America. They don't have to put themselves in the spotlight and do what they do for America, but, they're saving America, and everybody here should be thankful.
Did he call you? I know that sometimes you get to talk to the prez on the phone. Did he call you in the lead up to this fight?
He didn't call me in the lead up to this fight, but, I'm sure I'll be getting a call after I beat up Marty Fake Newsman on Saturday night. Just like when I beat up Robbie Lawler last fight, he called me, and, the Trumps got me staying at their hotel. First-class treatment, just like they treat America.
Excellent. All right. Alexander, next question's for you from Oregon MMA commentator. What did you take from Max's fight against Dustin Poirier?
Yeah, well, that's a thing a lot of people know. Max's game is that pressure, come forward, punch in volume. But Poirier was able to, obviously stand his ground, and it was hard to really get Poirier on the back foot. Poirier was sometimes able to get Max on the back foot and, capitalise on that. His fitness actually held up. He did slow down, but he was able to still bring some of them last rounds. It was a close fight, but again, like I seen that, you know, if you don't gas, which I know I won't, you're going to do well. But you know, I believe I've got a lot of the tools. There's going to be people that don't believe it, but again, I'm days away from proving it. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to Max, great champion, but you know, I think it's my time.
When you actually saw the lead up to the fight with Max versus Dustin, did you believe Max was going to come out on top of that one?
Yeah, I actually thought Max was going to win that one. I did. I thought that, you know, them later rounds he would come. So there was, I think it was the middle rounds he started coming, and then Poirier was able to like even get that latest round. So that surprised me. But I mean, yeah, it was a close fight. But again, yeah, we did see a bit in that. Won't give too much away, but I mean, there was things that he done that we obviously took note and you know, we're going to use.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to study everything you can. Germaine, next question is for you from Angelique Social. She wants to know, what will winning the belt mean for Dutch MMA?
Well, first of all, I'm going to be the first Dutch to ever held 2 UFC titles. I don't know. I think I think they will be proud. You know, like I said, every time I'm carrying the pride of a whole country, not just me. And you know, I'm very proud and honored that I could carry my flag to the octagon, and then I will carry it with pride. And I hope I can bring the belt back to the Netherlands, and not just the Netherlands, just for Europe. Because if you think about it, if I beat Amanda, every continent in the world, if he beats Max, every continent in the world holds a UFC world champion then.
Interesting. Antarctica's never going to have a champion, so they're not allowed to be involved in this. I love that. Okay, Colby, next question's for you. I feel like maybe you'll answer this one. Jordan Saucer wants to know, will you shake Kamaru's hand when you win the belt?
I think Marty Fake Newsman needs to rehash his friendship with Rashad Evans, because after I break that bitch on Saturday night, he's going to need to sleep on his couch.
Okay. This is a sort of random one for all of you guys if you feel like answering, if it even pertains to you. Christian Alvarez wants to know, did you guys have Spotify results? You know, people were tweeting out all their Spotify results of what music they listened to and what were their top. Do you guys do that?
I thought, yeah, actually, I've heard about it, but I haven't actually done it. I'm going to do that soon, though.
Okay.
Sounds like something a nerd or a virgin would do.
I'll make sure Christian Alvarez knows that. All right. Did you guys ever consider leaving the sport of mixed martial arts? I don't have a username for this one, sorry. Did you guys ever consider leaving the sport? You know, obviously everyone has ups and downs in their careers, and when things are slow in the beginning, they can be really slow and really challenging monetarily. Did you guys ever have a time where you thought, maybe I'm going to go down a different path?
No, not really. No, not really. I mean, I have a full-time job. I'm a police officer besides fighting, so I'm very fulfilled. You know, I'm blessed.
Amazing.
Thank you. You know, I'm very blessed. I love what I do. You know, I love helping people. I think it's very important people feel safe, and at the same time, I get to share my love with all these people. You know, so no, I'm happy where I am.
How do you balance that, Germaine?
I ask myself that all the time. No, seriously. No, you know, I like to stay busy, and you know, I'm healthy. I can do, you know, I have healthy hands. You know, I like to help people, and I think it's very important people feel safe. And I like the distraction. You know, I'm more than just a fighter. I'm me, and you know, I just do what I gotta do.
Well, it's really commendable, and I think everybody out there would agree with me when I say that that's pretty amazing that you do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well. This one is very random, but I feel like it's a fun end of the fan questions. If this is from SFTD1, Sympathy for the Devil, I guess. If aliens were going to destroy the world and you had 24 hours, what would you spend that time doing if you had unlimited resources? I'm frightened for some of these answers.
I know I love my food, so I would go out, and especially right now. So if that happened now, I'd go get some, I don't know, I've been talking about maybe some chicken wings or some burgers or something like that, and just go all out on them just before, right now.
Just gorge yourself.
That's a good question. I probably just hug everybody I love and tell them how much I love them.
I said, you're the nicest. That's the nicest answer, Germaine. Colby, I can't even imagine.
I'd probably be working on my bedroom cardio.
Making your bed, cleaning your room. I totally know what you mean. Okay. I think we could do some media questions now. I see John Morgan with the mic. Go ahead.
Let's start with Germaine. Germaine, I know 6 years ago, a long time ago, you said, but can you tell us one thing you learned about her that night? I know you said she taught you a lot of lessons, but maybe one thing that surprised you or impressed you about Amanda the first time you met?
I think the most thing I learned about it, and the thing that will happen Saturday, is she's not going to stand with me. She's going to shoot on me.
Nice. I know you just said you don't believe in GOAT status, but people call her the female GOAT. Where would that make you if you beat her? I mean, it'd be your second belt, and you would have dethroned the GOAT. I mean, would you be in that discussion?
Oh, hell no. No. I'm just Germaine, man. I'm just nothing more than Germaine. And that's it. I mean, I have the utmost respect for Amanda, and without any doubt, I would be the last person to say no. She is the very best MMA female fighter on the planet at this moment. And if I beat her, I still beat Germaine. That's it.
Very cool. Alex, I want to ask you, I mean, you've kind of called your shot along the way, right? You've never hesitated to say, I belong with the best. I'm going to be there. Now you're here. Give me an idea what the emotion is like, how this experience is playing out versus the way you had envisioned it for all these years.
Man, we've had a few chats before, and it's the same. As I've always said, I always just play what's in front of me. I don't really get too hyped over like these things. I don't let it get to my head. It's just another job, Even Max again, it's a big challenge, but he's just another job in front of me. Once I get in that cage, you know what I mean. So I'm just playing every minute by every minute, man. Obviously, it's things that more media, more things that you got to do, but at the same time, I'm me. As she would say, I'm just Alex every day of the week, every minute of the day. But, once I get in that octagon, there's a job that needs to be done. I'll go and do that. Then after that, that's when I can really soak it up and let it go. I like to keep myself on a level, and that's what I think. I don't know if most people can do that, but I'm really good at keeping myself composed and level. And I'll wait till after the fight and then let it all go.
You've always had respect for your opponents, and Max included. I mean, going and breaking him down and getting a game plan ready. I know you don't want to tip your hand, but I mean, when you started seeing him, is there a glaring weakness anywhere that others have missed? Is there a spot that you think, gosh, I can't believe nobody's capitalized on this before?
Oh, yeah, there's probably things that they haven't capitalised on, but I mean, I'd be lying if I said he wasn't a great champion. He's very well-rounded still, obviously he's got good takedown defence and all that sort of stuff, but I'm going to approach things a little bit different. Just the things that he does so well and what's worked for him so well in his past fights are just things that I don't believe are going to work as well with me. So obviously he's got his punching in volume, his gas tank and all these sort of things. These are things that I don't believe are big threats to me. Obviously I've got the gas tank. If he really wants to come forward to me and try and break me, he's just going to fall into my game. And that's, and I'm too powerful for him to force that sort of game plan on me. But hey, again, he's a great champion. He's a smart man. He's got a high fight IQ, so I'm sure he's going to mix it up. But so am I, so I can't wait to dance with him in there.
Thanks, Alex. And then for Colby, if I could, please. Colby, obviously you've remained supportive of the First family today as well. I got to ask, was it disappointing at all that the president couldn't wait a couple of weeks and come out to your fight instead of making it to Madison Square Garden instead?
Well, the only reason he went out to Madison Square Garden is because me and Marty Fake Newsman were supposed to be headlining that. But Marty Fake Newsman had to let the EPO get out of his system. So, that's why we couldn't do it. And, he put it in his schedule. And, he's too busy right now with the impeachment bullshit. So, it's too bad. But, I know they'll be watching, at home. And, I'll get to go back to White House and bring him a new shiny belt.
And listen, you've got supporters, you've got haters. I mean, both sides of it, no question about it. Whether people love you or hate you, you've proven, a masterful promoter in getting people interested in you in a fight. Is there anything that you've done along the way, though, that you regret, that you say, man, maybe I went too far here, or maybe I did say something or did something that I shouldn't have in fight promotion?
No, not at all. I've just always been real, and I've not been afraid to say it how it is, A lot of the stuff I say is truth, and if people have feelings, this isn't the feelings championships, this is the fighting championships. So whatever I got to do to sell a fight is what I got to do. But, I've been real. A lot of the fighters, they're scared for the fall. I'm not scared for the fall because I know I'm a winner and I'm going to keep winning, and I'm not scared.
And last thing for me, Colby, I mean, winning this title on Saturday night would be a huge moment for you. Give me an idea. What's the next goal? Is Masvidal the guy that you look at as the number one target right away, or do you think there's other contenders that may be ahead of him in line?
You know, that's a great question. And as the people's champion, I'd like to ask the people who they'd like to see me fight next. Should it be Journeyman George Masvidal? Should it be GSP? Should it be Kebab? Should that be that little Irish leprechaun that couldn't even knock a drunk dude, old dude off a stool in the bar? Who should it be? Who? Masvidal? Looks like it's going to be Street Judas, Journeyman George.
Do we have more media questions?
Colby, I see you reading that book there. You were also reading it at the press conference in New York. I'm curious, on one page, your friend Donald Trump Jr. outlines something called the Trump derangement syndrome. For those who haven't read the book, could you maybe elaborate on it and sort of explain why it relates to your life presently?
You know, the thing about this great book, you know, New York Times bestseller, is, you know, it's about triggering snowflakes. And, you know, usually I'm spoiling movies on Twitter, but, you know, I'm not going to spoil this. You guys got to go out there and get this book and find out for yourself.
Well
done. For Alexander, last week in LA, Max was talking about the reach difference in this fight. He actually described himself as a T-Rex, saying that you actually had the reach advantage. Now, if he's a T-Rex, have you ever thought about what your favorite dinosaur is, or you know, what dinosaur you could describe your fighting style to, and how it will help you against the T-Rex, like Max Holloway?
Yeah, no, it's funny. That comes up a lot. Obviously, people talking about, oh yeah, Max has a reach advantage, but supposedly I've got longer reach. But I mean, at the same time, like you know, managing distance and having reach, someone can have good reach. It doesn't mean they can manage distance very well. So. But I don't care. I know I can manage distance. I know he can manage distance very well. But all right, back with the dinosaur question. What would dinosaur be? I don't know. Well, he can be, mate, what's got long arms? I'll be a gorilla, and I know gorillas got good long arms, but it ain't a dinosaur. Sorry.
All right, and then finally for Germaine, this is your second sort of fight week as a title challenger. You were super duper cool and calm and collected in Brooklyn a few years ago. Nothing got to you. I'm curious, how are you going to plan to stay so cool and calm this week in Vegas?
Just have fun, man. Think about it. As a fighter, your time span is this short. You know, we got a whole life ahead of us. It's a waste of my energy to not enjoy this. Seriously, this is the best thing ever. You got to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, it's a waste of your energy. I did everything I could in this camp. And I will leave it all in there Saturday, no matter what happens. So I better enjoy it.
Mark, did you have a question? Oh, go for it.
Just for first for Germaine, you were the first UFC women's featherweight champion. This fight is obviously for the bantamweight title, but is there any scenario where after this, win or lose, you may go back up to 145?
You know, I'm a very, very light 145er. When I fought Holly, I stepped on the scale at 143. I walk around maybe 148, 150, you know. And I believe there's so much challenge in the 135, and in 145, there's just no challenge. I think there are two girls. You know, I focus on 135. Let me defend that belt and be successful at that if I win. And then, you know, we'll see after that.
Maybe if you beat Amanda, you can go up and challenge Amanda for her 145 title. What do you think about that?
Let's fight Saturday first, all right?
Okay, sure. For Alex, Max Holloway was talking last week about how he feels like he'll need to leave the division eventually to become his goal of being the best fighter in the world, maybe the best fighter ever. Is he talking too much about other divisions? Do you think he should focus more on this fight coming up on Saturday?
No, man, there's nothing wrong with looking ahead. It doesn't mean he's looking for him. It doesn't mean he doesn't think I'm a challenge. We always looking ahead. I do the same. But I mean, obviously he's cutting a lot of weight. It's, you know, obviously he's talking about that. You know, but like I said, I'll make that decision easier for him. Again, I don't mean that in any cockiness, but I'm confident I'm going to get the win. I think he was a great champion at featherweight, but now it's my time. He can move up and maybe try and take out that lightweight title. But yeah, again, Saturday night, it's going to be my night. And you know, again, that belt's changing hands. And again, he cuts a lot of weight. Maybe don't stress your body that much anymore, and I'll stay champ for me.
So you said you look ahead too. So what do you see in the future?
Mate, look, I'll be honest. So I'll fight the featherweight division. You know, he both champions in the featherweight division. You know, Aldo and Max Holloway. I've got nothing but respect for them. They were great champions. They fought the #1 contenders. Whoever's next in line, they fought. And I'm planning on doing the same. You know what I mean? So, They've done a great job, but now it's my turn to do a great job after Saturday night. So whoever's next in line, bring them on.
Thanks, Alex. And then just for Colby, I don't want to interrupt your texting over there, but
No, actually, I think your girlfriend was swiping right on Tinder.
what color would you say is that suit?
I would say that's orange.
Orange. And is there any significance?
I mean, what would you think?
I saw some people saying it was salmon color. I don't know.
Salmon? I don't know about that.
Maybe on video it looks like.
This is a tribute to Nick Bockwinkel, if you know who that is.
Of course I know who that is. And why?
Remember when he rocked it?
It was a promo that he had?
Yeah.
So why did you wear it today?
In memory of him, in honor of him. You know, I gotta show these people what WWE is all about.
And then I was wondering, you've been here for a couple days now in Vegas. Have you seen Dana White? Have you talked to him at all? I know that you guys are kind of on the outs. Any reconciliation there? Everybody knows I ain't got nothing to say to Uncle Fester. And he's not going to wrap that belt around my waist on Saturday night, I can promise you that. So what's the plan? I mean, that's tradition, right? Dana White wraps the belt around the winner. I know you believe that you're going to win on Saturday, so what happens? It was tradition until they did the Broken Mediocre Fighter Championship last weekend in New York, and they gave away that Bernie Sanders participation trophy, and they let The Rock put it on Journeyman George, so I want Candace Owens to put it around my waist on Saturday night. Thanks, Colby.
Cool. Okay, I think that's all the time we have with the challengers. Guys, we appreciate it so much. Is there anything you want to say before you get off stage? There's a lot of fans there. There's a lot of media. Just in case you get your final messages out.
Woman for Trump? Where's my woman for Trump? Yeah!
You guys have anything you want to say before?
Nothing wrong with being a virgin and a nerd.
Thank you all for coming out.
Thank you guys for coming out and sharing some of your fight week with us. Best of luck to you guys in your fights. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm thinking maybe the champs are here, but I'll find out in a second.